What's up everybody, it's your boy Mini Trades back with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be going over how I made $15,000 today in the stock market. Let's get right into it. So first, we traded SIDU on Twitter Spaces today. Right at open, this was my top watch. I like the way this was having low volume into open. It was holding support levels, right? So this was resistance right here at 668. Eventually it ripped up and made its support right here, so I like that part that it was holding right before open. We started getting a little pop, so I did add at 683. And we had a run to 704, which I was holding. We were holding for that 704 break. We had a little dip down. I alerted that I grabbed a little bit more. So eventually we need to clear that 704 mark. Since there was a lot of resistance, it was either a big breakout over that or, a wick like this. So right when we break the 704, I did scale out a good chunk. I mentioned that I scaled out a good chunk too, made around 6 or 7 grand there. It came down to the same support level and made a nice run up again. So that was a nice trade from 680 to around 715, and then back down to this same support level, 670 to 718. So that was a nice little trade there. The major alert that I did like today was SPY. I went over this and we traded this for around 85%. The reason why I like this, I was bullish on yesterday's video as well. And so I like this because you can see that the 50 EMA here on the 5-minute chart, right? So it bounced perfectly from it. So I did like that part a lot, that it was over here. And if you look at right where this lower wick was, it was right at the resistance from market open, right? So we rejected around 3 times on the 5-minute candle and eventually broke through it. So that was strong resistance. Now it's going to become into support, and we ride the wave from there. Eventually we got new highs and around 85 to 90% alert right there. Looking at that 1 minute though, I loved it on the 1 minute and the 5-minute, right? So I like the fact that this was really holding the 200 EMA. It never really dropped down and never really rocketed up. So I was scaling in here right around right here. This was my first ad, and then I got the dip right here. I alerted it as well, and we had that support level as well, and it worked out perfectly. And so I am still bullish on it again. I like the fact that on the 4-hour chart, like we mentioned yesterday, perfect bounce from there. I like the fact that, this was the very bottom of it, right? So we had a lot of support levels holding, a lot of candles holding. Same thing over here. This was support earlier. So we held it multiple times, had a lower wick as well. And now you can see that it broke through, right? So this was support, it went under it. Right now it came back and it's going to act as resistance. So old support is going to be the new resistance. So it did break it. Now it's retesting it again. So it's going to become support again. If it was support, became resistance after it broke below, and now it went above it. So it's going to be support again. Right. So I like that part. I think a dip down to maybe 374 solid, and then come back and reverse and head to 380 area. So I really like that. Another massive trade for us today. Beautiful alert from one of our advanced traders as well, from 430 to right around here. Mentioned it at 440, and within like 10 minutes, beautiful move and perfect short squeeze right there. But on Twitter Spaces, we did add around 4.09 right around here, and we were watching that 415 break, right? So we rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. Had an idea that on that 415 break would head to that 445 resistance area from pre-market. So that was a beautiful trade. 415 or 409, and then 415 break to highs of 478 here, and then eventually came down to that 200 EMA, which was also support. So you see how there was resistance at this area, right? 414 came down to this exact mark, 414, and completely bounced. So you guys can tell this is a perfect example of old resistance turning into new support, and that just worked out perfectly. And you can see how there was a lot of resistance here at 445. We were mentioning it on Twitter Spaces as well. 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, right? So after we broke through it, right, we retested it, held the 50 EMA, and boom, rocket right from there. Beautiful trade, solid execution. The last one, I alerted RDBX at 1106 right here, almost the complete bottom, and we had a run to 1235. Insane run right there, beautiful, loved it. I do believe that this is going to have another run soon, but I want it to cool down a bit. I wouldn't mind it, having a run anytime soon, but just choose a strong direction. I want it to choose a strong direction, either come down to 10.6 or break that 12.5. But either way, I'll be trading it, on dips, and one of my favorite trades right here. So I hope you guys learned something, and nice, short, and sweet. Let's bank tomorrow. Have a good one.